The Zorath Empire had never known defeat. For centuries, their banners had flown over conquered worlds. From the burning deserts of Aerith Prime to the frozen plains of Tovar 9, every battle ended the same way, with silence, surrender, and submission. The Zorath were known across the galaxy as the Masters of War, a race of disciplined conquerors who believed that victory was their birthright. Their record stood tall, 164 victories. No world had ever survived once the Zorath fleet appeared in orbit. The galaxy had learned to live with fear. Even the strongest alien alliances dared not challenge them. When the Zorath entered a system, the people either bowed or vanished. Every planet knew what was coming when the crimson light of Zorath engines lit up the sky. So when the Zorath fleet turned its attention toward a small, blue planet called Earth, most of the galaxy did not even blink. Earth was classified as a Tier 2 civilization, barely advanced enough for space travel. Their technology was outdated, their governments divided, and their military scattered across small regions. To the Zorath, it looked like the easiest victory in history. The invasion fleet was massive. Thousands of warships stretched across the void, their hulls gleaming red under the light of a distant sun. The flagship Vengeance of Stars led the way. Its commander, General Tarth, stood at the viewing deck, watching Earth grow larger on the screen. He smiled. "Another world to join the Empire," he said calmly. His second officer, Relna, nodded with pride. "It will be our 165th victory, sir. The galaxy will remember this day." "Of course," Tarth replied. "They will see what happens to those who resist the Zorath." The invasion plan was simple. The fleet would first disable Earth's communication satellites, then deploy ground troops to major cities. In a matter of hours, humanity would surrender. The Zorath had used the same plan on dozens of worlds before. It had never failed. From across the galaxy, billions of aliens tuned in to the live broadcast. The Zorath loved to show their power. Their conquests were recorded and shared for all to see. The signal showed Earth spinning peacefully in space, a small, blue sphere floating in darkness. Then the invasion began. The first wave of Zorath ships entered Earth's atmosphere, their energy shields glowing like fire. They were ready for resistance, but none came. There were no counterattacks, no orbital defenses, and no response from the planet's governments. It was silent. Too silent. Strange, Relna muttered, checking her console. No interceptors, no defense systems. Nothing at all, Tarth frowned. Perhaps they are surrendering already. Typical of weak species. But as the ships descended lower, something unexpected happened. One by one, the Zorath ships started to lose contact. First, the scout group. Then the second wave. Their signals flickered and went dark. No explosions, no damage reports, just silence. "Commander," Relna said, her voice tightening. "We are losing contact with the surface teams. I cannot re-establish communication." Tarth stared at the screen. "Impossible. They can't all be gone." He ordered a second fleet to move closer, but as those ships entered the upper atmosphere, they too disappeared from sensors. No distress beacons, no debris. It was as if they had never existed. The galaxy watched the broadcast in confusion. The feed from the flagship kept streaming, showing the Earth below. But all other channels went blank. Across alien worlds, people whispered to one another. What was happening? Some thought it was a technical failure. Others believed the humans had hidden a weapon capable of disabling ships silently. But how could a Tier 2 world possess such power? Minutes turned into hours. Then the Vengeance of Stars lost contact with its nearest escort ships. The silence grew deeper, heavier. Relna looked nervous now. "General, permission to retreat?" Tarth hesitated. The Zorath had never retreated in their history. To run from a planet like Earth would be a disgrace. But he also knew something was terribly wrong. Before he could decide, the lights flickered. The ship's sensors glitched for a second and all external visuals went dark. "Report," he demanded. "Unknown interference, sir," a technician shouted. "It's coming from the planet's surface, some kind of energy field." "Can you trace the source?" "No, sir. It's everywhere." Then, for a brief moment, the main screen showed a flash of blue light rising from Earth's surface. Soft, almost peaceful. It looked like a pulse of energy spreading outward, wrapping around the planet like a gentle wave. Every Zorath ship caught in its range simply vanished. No fire, no noise, no trace. Just gone. The live broadcast ended there. The galaxy never saw what happened next. Days later, alien communication networks filled with panic. The entire Zorath 165th Fleet had vanished. Their last signal ended with the same line from a trembling technician. "They're not attacking us, they're watching." The words sent chills through everyone who heard them. When the Zorath High Council received the report, they sent another fleet, a rescue mission. But when that fleet entered Earth's orbit, it too disappeared without a trace. Now the galaxy began to worry. The Zorath were the strongest empire in known space. If even they could vanish so easily, what kind of power did humanity possess? Many alien leaders held emergency meetings. Some called for isolation. Others sent probes only for them to vanish near Earth's orbit. A few even suggested forming an alliance with humans, but no one dared to approach the blue planet. Meanwhile, on Earth, life continued as normal. People went to work, children went to school, and the news showed nothing unusual. No one spoke of alien invasions. No one mentioned missing ships. It was as if humanity didn't even notice, but far above, in hidden orbital stations cloaked from all sensors, a quiet group of humans watched everything. They were part of an organization known only to a few world leaders, Project Sentinel. For decades it had operated in secret, developing technology far beyond what the public knew. They had seen the Zorath coming long before the invasion began. A woman named Dr. Elena Ward stood before a large holographic screen in one of the hidden stations. She looked at the faint outlines of where the Zorath fleet had once been. Her assistant whispered, "The system worked, ma'am. Total erasure confirmed." Dr. Ward nodded slowly. "Good. No one must know what happened here. But the other civilizations, they will wonder," she said softly. "Let them. It's better they fear the unknown than understand it." She turned to the window, watching Earth below. The planet looked peaceful, innocent even, but she knew better. Humanity had learned to survive quietly. They had watched the galaxy's wars, studied alien technology, and built something far beyond comprehension. The rest of the galaxy thought humans were weak. That was their first mistake. As the orbital station drifted silently through the void, a single message was sent to every member of Project Sentinel. "The first test is complete. Earth is secure. Proceed to Phase 2. And so, while the galaxy searched for answers, humanity prepared for something greater, something the stars were not yet ready to understand. The Zorath had come for their 165th victory. Instead, they became the galaxy's greatest mystery. And for the first time in recorded history, the galaxy looked toward Earth not with greed, but with fear. The news of the Zorath's disappearance spread faster than light. In every corner of the galaxy, from the bright markets of Kovar Station to the deep ice tunnels of Vrena 4, people whispered the same question. What happened to the Zorath fleet? For centuries, the Zorath Empire had ruled with iron control. They were unstoppable, unbeatable, and unforgiving. To see their might vanish without a single explosion was something the galaxy had never imagined possible. Within a few days, the Galactic Council called an emergency meeting. Representatives from more than 50 worlds gathered in a huge chamber floating near the edge of neutral space. Their ships surrounded a glowing station shaped like a star, the Council Hall of HFY. Inside, the atmosphere was tense. The delegates murmured in low tones. Some looked frightened, others angry. At the center stood Counselor Vethran, a tall being covered in silver scales. He hit his staff against the floor and the room fell silent. "We have all seen the reports," Vethran began. "The Zorath 165th Fleet has vanished near the human world. No trace remains, not even debris. What we must decide today is simple. What is Earth?" A low hum passed through the crowd. A scientist from the Talari race raised a trembling hand. "Counselor, we have studied Earth for decades. Their radio signals show basic science, slow progress, and limited space ability. They are a young race. Nothing about them could cause this." "Then how?" Vethran said, his voice calm but cold. "Did they make the strongest empire disappear?" No one answered. For a moment, silence ruled the hall until a small holographic image appeared. It showed the final transmission from the Zorath flagship, those haunting words. "They're not attacking us. They're watching." Many delegates shivered as the recording ended. Counselor Vethran looked around. "We stand at a dangerous moment. If humans possess technology powerful enough to erase fleets, then the balance of the galaxy has changed. We must understand them before we act." Across the chamber, another figure rose. A round creature with golden eyes known as Ambassador Hurel from the Free Colonies. "I suggest we send a team," Hurel said. "Not a fleet, not an army. A small team of researchers.
Let them observe Earth quietly and report what they find.
If humanity truly has this power, we must learn its secret." The proposal caused murmurs of agreement. After a short debate, the council approved it. A mission was authorized. A team of 5 specialists would travel to Earth's orbit to investigate. They would not attack or make contact. They would only watch. And so began Operation Silent Sky. The observers, the research ship Curiosity's Dawn, left the station 2 days later. It was small, barely the size of a human city block, and equipped with the most advanced stealth technology in the galaxy. Its crew represented 5 species. Captain Iril, a calm and thoughtful Akron known for her logic and precision. Tovin, a nervous but brilliant engineer from the insectoid Varn species. Lura, a historian from the Gentle Mirren people, who believed knowledge was the key to peace. Kelran, a soldier from the proud Zorath Empire, one of the few survivors who had not joined the vanished fleet. Dr. Rinell, a scientist from the aquatic Talorans who specialized in energy readings. Each had a reason to join. Each wanted answers. As Curiosity's Dawn approached the solar system, tension filled the bridge. The blue planet glowed softly ahead, surrounded by a thin ring of satellites and old space debris. To the crew it looked peaceful, almost too peaceful. Captain Iril adjusted her sensors. "Activate long-range scans," Dr. Reinl nodded. "Scanning now." The results came in slowly. "Interesting," Reinl said. "There is no active defense grid, no visible weapon platforms, and no high-energy signatures." "Then where did the Zorath go?" Kelran muttered, his claws tapping against the console. His eyes glowed faintly with anger. "My people do not vanish," Lura spoke softly. "Perhaps it was not an attack. Maybe something else happened." "A mistake, an accident," Kelran turned sharply. "The Zorath do not make mistakes." Captain Irel raised a hand. "Enough, keep focus. We are here to observe, not to argue." For hours they watched Earth's surface. The sensors showed cities glowing with light, aircraft moving in slow patterns, and signals spreading through the atmosphere. Everything looked normal, too normal. Then something strange appeared on the scanners. "Captain," Tovin said quietly, "I'm detecting energy spikes near the poles. Small, rhythmic, almost like what? Like a heartbeat." The crew exchanged glances. Captain Iril leaned forward. "Record the pattern. We will analyze it later. Maintain orbit distance. Do not engage." The disappearance of the observers. For 3 days, Curiosity's Dawn stayed in orbit, hidden behind a layer of cloaking energy. They collected data, observed human broadcasts, and sent encrypted reports back to the Council. Everything seemed calm. Then, on the 4th day, the power flickered. Tovin looked up from his console. "Captain, I'm reading a fluctuation in our cloaking field. Can you stabilize it?" "I'm trying, but something is interfering. It's like the interference is coming from us," Dr. Reinl frowned. "That's not possible. Unless..." Before he could finish, every screen turned white. A soft voice filled the ship. It was calm, clear, and unmistakably human. "You should not be here." The crew froze. Kelran's claws dug into his seat. "Who is that?" The voice continued, gentle but firm. "We allowed you to come this far because you are curious, not hostile. But curiosity has limits." Captain Iril stood up slowly. "Identify yourself." "We are the Watchers of Earth," the voice said. "You may call us that." Lura whispered, "They know we're here." The lights dimmed and the stars outside seemed to twist and bend. The sensors showed impossible readings, coordinates looping back on themselves. Space itself was folding. Captain Iril spoke carefully. "We mean no harm. We only seek knowledge." The voice paused for a long moment before replying. "Knowledge is earned, not taken. Leave now. Forget what you have seen. Tell your council that Earth wishes for peace. But if peace is refused..." The voice stopped, the crew waited, but no sound came again. Then suddenly the scanners cleared, the light returned, and Curiosity's Dawn was drifting far from Earth, thousands of kilometers away, placed safely outside the solar system. Captain Iril gasped. "How did we move?" No one had an answer. Kelren's expression was unreadable. They moved us. Without touching us, Dr. Reinl whispered, "This power, it's beyond anything we've seen." Captain Iril sat quietly for a long time, then said, "Set course back to Orth Prime. The Council must hear this." The message when Curiosity's Dawn returned weeks later, the crew delivered their report. Every detail was examined by scientists, military leaders, and politicians. The recordings were clear, too clear. The human voice had spoken directly into their systems, bypassing all encryption. The Council listened in complete silence when it ended. Counselor Vethrin stood and said, "You believe this Watcher represents humanity?" Captain Iril nodded. "Yes, Counselor. They control something far beyond our science. They knew we were there from the beginning. They moved us across space without harming us." The council chamber was filled with uneasy whispers. Ambassador Hero spoke next. "If they have such power, why do they hide it?" Lura answered softly. "Perhaps because they don't want to rule. Perhaps they want to be left alone." Kelren stood, his voice calm but heavy. "You speak like they are gods, but I serve the Zoreth. I know strength when I see it. Humans are not gods. They are dangerous." Counselor Vethrin nodded. "Then we will treat them as such. No fleet, no envoy, no contact. The region around Earth is forbidden. Let the humans have their silence." And so, by decree of the Galactic Council, the solar system was declared a no-travel zone. No ship was to enter. No probe was to scan. But even as the order spread, small groups of explorers and smugglers whispered about Earth. Some believed the humans possessed ancient technology. Others thought they were being protected by something greater. And deep below Earth's surface, within hidden cities unknown to the world above, Project Sentinel watched the galaxy's reaction unfold. Dr. Elena Ward smiled faintly as she read the intercepted council message. "Good," she murmured. "They're learning to stay away." Her assistant asked, "Should we respond?" "Not yet," she said. "Let them wonder. Fear will protect us longer than weapons." Outside her window, the planet shone in blue light, calm and quiet. The stars blinked in the distance, unaware that beneath Earth's surface, humanity was already planning the next phase. The Awakening Protocol. The Zorath thought they had found an easy victory. Instead, they had awakened something the galaxy was not ready to meet. And as the silence continued, one truth spread through the stars. No one attacks Earth twice. Months passed since the Galactic Council declared the solar system a forbidden zone. The area around Earth became known as the Silent Sector, a region no one dared to enter. Star maps now marked it with dark red lines and warnings written in every major galactic language. No entry, no signal, no return. Even smugglers and pirates who usually ignored rules stayed away. The stories of the vanished Zorath and the lost observers were enough to keep even the boldest ships far from Earth's orbit. Yet, despite the isolation, something strange began to happen. Ships that traveled near the edge of the Silent Sector reported seeing faint lights moving between planets. Slow, precise patterns of motion that did not match any known alien flight path. Some said they were asteroids. Others swore they saw artificial structures, but no one could confirm it, because scanners stopped working near the border. In the deep space stations of the Galactic Council, whispers started again. "What if the humans are expanding?" one diplomat said. "That's impossible," replied another. "They were a small civilization with limited resources." "Then explain the energy readings," the first said quietly. "Something is happening in that system." The Council refused to send another ship, but rumors grew stronger with each passing week. Project Sentinel's hidden progress far beneath the surface of Earth, inside a vast underground base known as the Core. Dr. Elena Ward stood before a holographic map of the solar system. Bright points of light marked secret outposts across Mars, the Moon, and several asteroids. Each point represented progress, human progress. "Report," Dr. Ward said calmly. Her assistant, a young engineer named Isaac Reeve, handed her a digital tablet. "All orbital stations are operational. The Mars colony reports successful activation of the third defense grid. The lunar base is complete and fully cloaked." Dr. Ward studied the report with satisfaction. "And the fleet?" 10 ships, ma'am. The first generation of Sentinel-class vessels is ready, all equipped with the cloak matrix and the energy fold drives. "Good," she said. "Keep their existence classified. The galaxy must never know how far we've come." Project Sentinel had been working in secret for decades, long before the Zorath invasion. Humanity had discovered something deep beneath the Antarctic ice, an ancient artifact buried for millions of years. It was not of human origin, yet its design matched no known alien technology. The artifact had been silent for years until scientists finally managed to activate it. When it came online, it revealed data, massive amounts of data about energy manipulation, spatial folding, and defensive resonance fields. Humanity had quietly built upon that knowledge, testing in secret, hiding from the stars. The disappearance of the Zorath fleet had not been a weapon, but a defense protocol triggered by that ancient system, something even Dr. Ward barely understood. Now, the project's goal had changed. They no longer wanted just to defend Earth. They wanted to prepare for what might come next. The galaxy's curiosity, while humans worked in silence, the galaxy above was restless. The Zorath Empire had grown weak after losing an entire fleet. Many of their outer colonies rebelled, believing their leaders had lost the blessing of destiny. Other empires began claiming Zorath territory, causing border wars. In the middle of this chaos, a small news network from the neutral world of Tressa 5 broadcast a strange report. Unidentified signals detected from the solar system, the reporter announced. They appear to be structured transmissions, not random noise. Within hours, the report spread to every major planet. People began tuning their systems toward Earth's coordinates, trying to catch the mysterious signal. Most received only static. But those who did manage to decode fragments found patterns, mathematical equations, sequences of prime numbers, and peaceful musical tones. To some, it sounded like communication. To others, it felt like a warning. On Orith Prime, where the Galactic Council met, Counselor Vethran listened to one of the recordings. The tone was soft, almost beautiful, like wind flowing through glass. He looked at his advisors. "Are we certain this comes from Earth?" "Yes, Counselor," one replied, "but the source cannot be traced. The signal appears to bend space around it, making triangulation impossible," Vethran thought deeply. "They are speaking again. Perhaps we should listen more carefully this time." The meeting in the shadows far from the Council's eyes, a secret gathering was taking place aboard a hidden space station orbiting a dying star. Representatives from 6 powerful species met in silence. They called themselves the Consortium of Balance, a group formed to keep control over the galaxy's power. The leader, a tall being with bright crystal skin, spoke first. "The humans are changing the balance. The Zorath are gone. The Council is afraid. If this continues, the galaxy will fall into chaos." Another representative, a hooded figure from the Nerith species, replied, "Then we must know what they are building. Information is power." A third voice, low and metallic, added, "I have spies. They report human structures on Mars and the Moon. We thought they were primitive, but now they move faster than logic allows." The leader frowned. "Send your spies again, carefully. If humans are preparing for war, we must act before it's too late." None of them knew that Project Sentinel already knew about their meeting. Inside a hidden monitoring room deep in Earth's orbit, a quiet voice said, "Consortium of Balance confirmed. 6 species present. Transmission recorded." Dr. Ward listened from the core. She gave a small, calm smile. "They are afraid." "That's good. Fear makes them predictable." She turned to Isaac. "Begin Phase 3. Isaac looked uncertain. "Phase 3? Are we ready for that?" "We will never be ready," she said softly, "but it must begin. The galaxy is watching. It's time they see what humanity truly is." The silent fleet in the dark side of the moon. Vast hangars opened silently. 10 enormous ships floated out, their black hulls reflecting no light. Each was shaped like a curved blade, smooth, elegant, and quiet. They made no sound, left no energy trail, and could disappear at will. They were humanity's first deep space fleet, designed not for war, but for presence. Each ship carried a beacon, a simple message encoded in thousands of languages. "We seek peace. We defend our own. Do not approach without reason." The ships spread out across the solar system. Some remained near Mars, others near the asteroid belt. One ship, named Aurora's Promise, left the solar system completely, its path heading toward neutral space. Its captain, Commander Raina Cole, watched the stars with calm eyes. "The galaxy believes we hide in fear," she said. Let them see we walk among them. Her ship vanished into a fold of light, reappearing near the edge of EpicSciFiTales' sector. It stayed cloaked, invisible, but listening. From that day onward, strange signals began appearing across the galaxy, small, soft pulses of light. Ships that approached too closely found themselves gently moved away, as if guided by unseen hands. No harm was done, no threats made. Only the quiet reminder that Earth was watching. The Council's confusion. Weeks later, the Galactic Council met again. Reports flooded in. Strange sightings, unexplained movements, mysterious light patterns in deep space. Ambassador Hurel, the round golden-eyed diplomat, spoke first. "I believe the humans are expanding," Counselor Vethrin sighed. "And yet they attack no one." "They do not need to," said another. "They only appear when threatened. Every probe we send returns with corrupted data. Every attempt to study them ends with nothing but silence." The Council was divided. Some wanted to contact Earth again, hoping to make peace. Others wanted to form a defense alliance, fearing a silent invasion. In the end, they did nothing. The memory of the Zorath's disappearance still haunted them. No one wanted to risk becoming the 166th name on the list of vanished civilizations. The hidden truth back on Earth, Dr. Ward stood in the control room of the core, watching the holographic map. The silent fleet was moving smoothly, each ship maintaining perfect synchronization. Isaac approached her. "Phase 3 complete, ma'am. All ships report successful deployment." Dr. Ward nodded. "Good. What about the artifact?" "It remains stable. Energy levels are increasing slowly but within safe limits." Dr. Ward looked thoughtful. "It's changing, Isaac. The artifact is not just a machine, it's learning. Maybe it's always been aware of us. Do you think it's guiding us?" She smiled faintly. "Maybe. Or maybe we're just finally catching up." She turned back to the map where the stars shimmered like distant eyes. "The galaxy thinks we vanished the Zorath," she said quietly. "But they were not destroyed. They were moved to a place outside this reality, a safe place where they can no longer harm anyone." Isaac's eyes widened. "You mean, they're alive?" "Yes," Dr. Ward said softly. "They are learning too. One day they may return, different, wiser. Until then, humanity will stand watch." Far beyond the solar system, in a strange, silent void that existed outside normal space, the missing Zorath fleet floated quietly. Their ships were intact, but their instruments showed no stars, no planets, only endless light. Inside the flagship Vengeance of Stars, General Tarth stared out the window. He whispered, "Where are we?" A soft voice echoed in the ship's systems, calm and human. "Safe. Learn from your silence." And then the voice was gone. Tarth looked out again, feeling something he had never felt before, not fear but humility. For the first time, the great Zorath Empire had been forced to listen. The galaxy above continued turning, stars burning bright, unaware that beneath the silence a new chapter of... The silence between Earth and the rest of the galaxy lasted almost a year. No ship entered the solar system. No probe dared to scan the blue planet. The Galactic Council had officially declared the region forbidden, yet curiosity was a force stronger than fear. The galaxy could not stop wondering, who were the humans and what had they become? Then, one quiet morning on EpicSciFi, the Council received a signal. It was faint, clear, and carried a calm voice that spoke in every known language of the galaxy. "We are the people of Earth. We seek understanding, not power. We wish to share knowledge, not control. But know this: peace must be a choice shared by all." The message ended there. No threat, no demand. Just simple words that carried across light years. The message spread faster than any fleet. Every world, every colony, every race heard it. For the first time, humanity had spoken openly since the mysterious vanishing of the Zorath. The Council's response: the Galactic Council met within hours. The chamber was filled with tension and endless whispers. Counselor Vethrin stood at the center. "We have waited a long time for this. The humans have finally spoken. The question before us is simple. How do we answer?" Ambassador Hurel, his golden eyes thoughtful, replied, "If we ignore them, we appear afraid. If we respond with force, we invite disaster. We must send an envoy, a sign of trust." Vethrin nodded slowly. "An envoy, yes. but not one of our armies, a peaceful representative. There were arguments, debates, and doubts, but finally, the Council agreed. A small diplomatic ship would travel toward Earth. It would not enter orbit or send probes. It would only deliver a message of peace. The chosen ship was named Harmony's Reach, captained by a calm and patient being named Sorel, from the gentle Lithari species. Sorel's instructions were clear: approach carefully, broadcast a greeting, and wait. Journey to the silent sector. The Harmony's Reach moved closer to the solar system. Its crew grew silent. Outside their windows, the stars seemed different, brighter, yet quieter. Sorel stood at the front window, her pale hands clasped behind her back. Keep all systems passive, she ordered softly. No scans, no signals unless necessary. Her second officer nodded. Understood, Captain. The ship entered the edge of the silent sector. Every system on board began to flicker, as if a gentle field of energy was surrounding them. Sorel watched calmly. No fear. They are aware of us. And indeed they were. Far away, in the hidden command center of Project Sentinel, Dr. Elena, Ward observed the small ship's slow entry on a holographic display. Captain Sorel, she murmured, reading the identification data. A diplomat. That's new. Isaac, her assistant, looked curious. Should we stop them? No, Dr. Ward said softly. Let them come closer. It's time they see, not just hear. First contact, the Harmony's Reach approached Earth's orbit carefully. From their windows, the crew could see the blue planet turning beneath them, a beautiful world of clouds, oceans, and green continents. Transmission ready, Captain, the communications officer said. Sorel nodded. Begin message. A soft tone filled the ship as Sorel spoke. People of Earth, I am Captain Sorel of the Galactic Council. We come in peace and friendship. We wish to understand, to learn, and to share. The message was sent into open space. Then they waited. For several minutes there was silence. Then suddenly their screens came alive with light. A human face appeared, calm, confident, and kind. It was Dr. Elena Ward. Captain Sorel, she said warmly. We welcome your courage. You are the first to approach without fear. Sorel bowed her head slightly. We thank you for allowing us to come this far. Dr. Ward smiled gently. Humanity does not seek isolation. We seek time, to learn, to grow, and to understand the universe before we join it. The galaxy rushed to power and forgot patience. We will not make the same mistake. Sorel listened carefully. Then you wish for peace, not dominance? Yes, Dr. Ward said, but peace must be built on respect. Many feared us after the Zorath incident. They believed we destroyed them. We did not. We only moved them to safety. Sorel's eyes widened. Safety? You mean they are alive? They are, Dr. Ward replied. Learning, healing, understanding what they once ignored. The room aboard Harmony's Reach fell silent. None of them had expected mercy from such power. Sorel nodded slowly. You are not what the galaxy believes. Dr. Ward smiled faintly. No one ever is. Then the signal faded. The return, when Harmony's Reach returned to Orith Prime, the council was waiting. The recording of the meeting was played for everyone to see. The chamber filled with quiet wonder as Dr. Ward's words echoed through the hall. They moved the Zorath, not destroyed them, one delegate whispered. Ambassador Hirel's voice trembled slightly. They hold technology that bends the laws of space, yet they choose peace. Perhaps we were wrong to fear them. Councillor Vethrin leaned forward. Or perhaps they are teaching us something. He stood tall and addressed the entire chamber. The humans have shown restraint greater than any empire. Their silence is not weakness, it is wisdom. We should listen. From that day, the Galactic Council lifted the forbidden status of the solar system, but kept one condition: no fleet, no weapon, and no spy was allowed near Earth. Only peaceful communication would be accepted. The gift weeks later, a strange package arrived at Orith Prime, a small metallic sphere carried by an automated drone. It was marked with a simple message, "To those who seek understanding." The council scientists examined it carefully. When they touched it, the sphere opened, projecting a map of the galaxy. Every star was marked with small, glowing lines, showing invisible connections, roots of energy, harmony, and balance. At the center of the map was Earth, glowing softly in blue. A message played within the projection. The universe is not a battlefield. It is a living network of thought and light. Each world adds its voice to the greater harmony. When one tries to rule, the song breaks. When all listen, the song becomes eternal. The message ended, leaving the council in silent awe. Dr. Ward's voice had not threatened them. It had invited them to think differently. The awakening of the Zorath. Meanwhile, in the hidden dimension where the vanished Zorath fleet had been sent, strange changes began to occur. General Tarth, once the proud conqueror of worlds, sat in meditation inside his ship's quiet chamber. The endless white light outside the windows had begun to shift, forming faint images, memories perhaps, or lessons. He saw visions of his past victories, the destruction, the fear he had caused. But now those memories brought no pride, only silence. A soft voice filled his ship again, the same human tone he had heard months ago. "You have seen power without purpose. Now you must learn purpose without power." Tarth lowered his head. "We understand now," he said quietly. "We thought strength was control, but strength without kindness is emptiness." The voice replied gently, "Then you are ready to return." And for the first time in months, stars appeared outside the Zorath ships. The fleet found itself near the edge of its home system, but different. Their weapons were disabled, yet their ships were unharmed. When they contacted their empire, the entire galaxy held its breath. Would they seek revenge or redemption? To everyone's surprise, the Zorath did not speak of war. Instead, they sent a simple message to the Council. "Earth showed us what we refused to see. We will rebuild, not to conquer, but to create." For the galaxy, it was unthinkable. The most feared empire had changed, and it had taken humanity's silence to do it. A new dawn back on Earth, Dr. Elena Ward stood at the observatory window of the core, watching the sunrise. The sky glowed with gold and red light. Isaac joined her quietly. "The Zorath have returned, peacefully." Dr. Ward smiled. "Good. The lesson was learned." "Do you think the galaxy will truly change?" he asked. "Not quickly," she replied. "Change never comes fast. But one small seed of peace can grow into a forest if cared for." She turned to the screen showing Earth's orbit. The silent fleet was still there, hidden in the shadows, protecting quietly. "We will watch," she said. "We will guide if needed, but never rule." Isaac nodded. "And if they come again?" Dr. Ward looked toward the stars. "Then they will learn again. We are not here to fight. We are here to remind." As the sun rose higher, the light spread across the planet, touching oceans and mountains, cities and deserts. Humanity had changed the galaxy not through force, but through wisdom and restraint. And in the deep silence of space, the stars themselves seemed to listen. Earth was no longer just a small blue world. It was now a symbol, a quiet guardian in a vast universe. Far across the stars, in the halls of the Galactic Council, a new phrase began to circulate, spoken with respect and quiet awe. "The humans do not conquer. They awaken." The solar system was quiet. The stars spun gently in the endless darkness, planets turning in perfect balance, and Earth shone with its blue light, reflecting the rising sun. Humanity had hidden in plain sight for decades, quietly growing, learning, and preparing. Their silent fleet patrolled the solar system's edges, their presence undetectable except to those who meant harm. Across the galaxy, The Council had slowly begun to understand that Earth was no longer just a small, fragile world. The humans had shown strength, wisdom, and restraint that no empire had ever mastered. It was time to reveal the truth. The ancient artifact deep within the core. Dr. Elena Ward stood before the glowing artifact discovered long ago beneath the Antarctic ice. It had been the foundation of humanity's hidden progress. The Zorath vanished. The reason humans could fold space and the reason the galaxy had begun to fear them. Now the artifact hummed with a steady, gentle energy. Its pattern stretched across the room, showing maps, energy flows, and subtle connections between stars. "This is it," Dr. Ward said softly. "The key to everything. The knowledge of the universe, stored for those patient enough to understand it." Isaac Reeve, her assistant, looked at the lights in awe. "It's beautiful. Why did they hide this for so long?" "Because power without wisdom is dangerous," Dr. Ward replied. "We learned that from the Zorath, from the galaxy itself. This artifact teaches restraint, patience, and respect. Knowledge alone is not enough, it must be guided by choice." She turned to the holographic display. Streams of light moved outward from Earth, reaching toward distant star systems. "It's time to share this knowledge, but only with those who are ready." The Council's invitation. The Galactic Council received an unexpected message, this time from Earth itself. "We invite all races ready for peace to join us. We will share knowledge, not weapons. We will teach balance, not domination. Those who wish to harm us will find no welcome, but those who seek wisdom will find guidance." The Council convened quickly. The delegates were filled with excitement and hesitation. Councilor Vethran spoke first. "They are offering us knowledge. True knowledge, not conquest. The question is, are we ready?" Ambassador Hurel replied, "We have witnessed their restraint. The Zorath, the fleets, even our own envoys. They are all proof. Humanity has prepared us for this moment, whether we realize it or not." After long debate, the Council agreed to respond. A delegation would travel to Earth, not as rulers or conquerors, but as students. And so began the first interstellar meeting of the awakening of the galaxy. The arrival ships from dozens of worlds arrived carefully at the solar system's border. They carried scientists, diplomats, historians, and scholars, not soldiers. From their ships, they watched the humans. Unlike anything they expected, the silent fleet did not greet them with weapons. Instead, it simply positioned itself around the planets and asteroids, invisible and calm. On Earth, Dr. Ward and her team observed the approaching ships from the core. "They are coming," she said. "Prepare the initial contact." Isaac looked nervous. "They may have weapons. Even with restraint, they could attack if provoked." Dr. Ward smiled. "They will not. Fear is a teacher, not a weapon. Let us show them why." The first contact. In the orbit above Earth, the human ambassador ship, Aurora's Light, emerged from the shadows. Its hull reflected the sun without a glare, its systems silent, but prepared. From the bridge, Commander Reyna Cole addressed the approaching delegates via a calm transmission. "Welcome to Earth. We mean you no harm. We are not conquerors. We are students of the universe, like you. Let us share what we have learned, and perhaps together, we can create a galaxy of balance." The alien ships paused, surprised by the serenity of the message. Then, slowly, the representatives began to respond. A soft chorus of voices echoed across space, each in their own language, yet unified by curiosity rather than fear. "We accept your invitation. We wish to learn. We come with open minds." For the first time, the galaxy saw humans not as a small, fragile species, but as a guide, a quiet force of wisdom and strength. The sharing of knowledge. Over the following weeks, humans began to reveal small pieces of their discoveries. The power of energy folding, allowing faster-than-light travel without consuming massive resources. Harmony technology, where entire planetary systems could communicate through energy networks. Lessons from the artifact, teaching patience, balance, and restraint. Each revelation was carefully controlled, Nothing was given too quickly. Humans had learned that knowledge was a responsibility. The galaxy in return shared its own discoveries, maps, technologies, and histories from thousands of worlds. Slowly, an exchange of ideas began to unite civilizations that had never trusted one another. Even the Zorath joined. The once great empire now sought guidance from humans, humbled and eager to rebuild. A new galactic order months turned into years. The silent fleet became a symbol of guardianship. Not a fleet of war, but a network of protection. Humans did not interfere with other civilizations unless there was a clear threat. Instead, they monitored and advised, helping worlds solve conflicts peacefully. The Galactic Council was transformed. Rather than ruling through fear or force, it became a council of knowledge. Representatives no longer sought to dominate. They sought to learn, and the humans? They continued to grow quietly. Cities expanded underground and across the stars. Colonies on Mars and the Moon thrived. Their technology advanced, yet their humility remained. Dr. Ward watched all this from the core. She knew that humanity had changed not just itself but the galaxy. Peace is stronger than war, she said softly. Knowledge stronger than fear. And restraint stronger than pride. Isaac nodded. Do you think the galaxy will remember this lesson? Dr. Ward smiled faintly. Some will. Others will forget. But the humans will always be here, reminding them, quietly and steadily. The final test even. As the galaxy slowly adapted, one final challenge remained, a cosmic anomaly drifting at the edge of the known universe. Strange energy pulses emanated from it, disrupting communications, moving small star systems out of alignment, and threatening stability. Humans sent a small team from the Silent Fleet, accompanied by scientists from allied civilizations. They approached the anomaly cautiously. What they found was astounding. A massive structure older than any recorded civilization pulsing with energy. Its design was intricate, filled with patterns of light and sound that resonated with the artifact buried deep on Earth. Dr. Ward stepped forward. This is what the artifact was teaching us: balance, harmony, patience. We are not alone in learning this. With careful calculation, humans and their allies stabilized the anomaly. Light flowed from it across the galaxy, connecting star systems and creating a network of energy and communication far beyond anything known. It was not power for war, it was power for balance. And the galaxy for the first time understood. Earth had not conquered. Earth had guided. A new beginning. Back on Earth, children played in fields and parks under clear skies. Cities thrived without fear. Humanity had proven itself, not through victory over others, but through victory over fear and pride. Dr. Ward watched from the core, her hands folded. We did not need to fight, she said. We only needed to show the way. Isaac smiled. And the galaxy is listening. Dr. Ward nodded. Yes, and now the real work begins. Not to dominate, not to conquer, but to guide. To teach patience, wisdom, and balance. That is the legacy of Earth. Far across the stars, alien civilizations looked toward the blue planet not with fear but with respect. The Zorath rebuilt their empire with humility. New alliances formed. Knowledge spread. Conflicts were fewer, solutions quicker, and understanding deeper. And through it all, humanity remained a quiet guardian, watching, learning, and reminding. The galaxy of one simple truth. Strength is not in destruction, but in protection. Knowledge is not in possession, but in sharing. And the greatest victory is harmony. The humans had shown the galaxy that even a small world could change everything. And above the Earth, in the endless sky, the Silent Fleet drifted peacefully and off, invisible reminder that the universe was safe, watched, and guided. Humanity had risen not by power but by wisdom, and the galaxy would never forget.